Can you solve this geometry challenge? Here's the question. Given this rectangle with a side length of 25 units and 18 units, and let's draw two circles inside of it, and this blue circle have an area of 64 pi square units, and the question is, what is the area of this yellow circle? And pause this video right now and see if you can answer this question, because I will show you the solution in 3, 2, 1. By the way, this figure is not drawn to scale. Alright, so what we're going to do to find the value of this area is to consider this area, the formula for the area of a circle, area equals to pi r squared. And we know that the area of this blue circle simply equal to 64 pi. So we can now find its radius. So we have 64 pi equals pi r squared. If we divide all of this term by pi, we eliminate pi because this is just 1. So we have 64 equals r squared. Get the square root on both sides, and we get that r equals 8. So we know that the radius of this circle, big circle, simply equal to 8 units. So let's have its center and let's draw its radius. So we know this is 8. And also, if we draw another radius right over here, we can say that we created a small square, and this part is also equivalent to the length of the radius of this blue circle, or simply this is just 8 units. Now the whole thing is 18, this part is 8, so the remaining part simply equal to 18 minus 8, or simply equal to 10 units. And now at this point, let's draw this radius again in different direction. We know this is 8 units, and this part is also 8 units because we have here a small square. Now the total length is 25 units. This part is 8 units, so the remaining part is 25 minus 8, or simply equal to 17 units. And now at this point, we are now ready to find the area of this yellow circle. So let's have its center, and let's draw its radius, and let's call this as r. And to find this r, what we're going to do is to extend this radius like this. And also take note, since it is touched to the point of tangency, we know this radius is perpendicular to this side of our rectangle. And also, since we extend this part, we know this is r, and this part is also r. Now we know from here to this point, this is 17 units, and we know this part is r, so the remaining part is simply equal to 17 minus r. So we will do the same thing on the top. We know this is r, and the whole thing is 10, so we have here this part simply equal to 10 minus r. Now, to find r, I see a right triangle, but before we have a right triangle, let's extend this radius. And now we know all of these are perpendicular to each other. Now, let's connect the two centers like this. And we know the radius of the blue circle and the yellow circle. This is just 8 and the r. Now, the length of this leg simply equal to 17 minus r, and the length of this bottom leg of this triangle simply equal to 10 minus r. So using this right triangle, we can now find the value of r. So using Pythagorean theorem, we have 17 minus r raised to the power of 2 plus 10 minus r raised to the power of 2 equals the hypotenuse squared, or simply equal to 8 plus r raised to the power of 2. Now, if we expand this, 17 minus r raised to the power of 2, we get something like 289 minus 34r plus r squared. 10 minus r raised to the power of 2 simply equal to 100 minus 20r plus r squared. And 8 plus r raised to the power of 2, we have 64 minus 16r plus r squared. Now, combining like terms, we arrive at this quadratic equation in terms of r squared minus 70r plus 325 equals 0. And this quadratic equation is not hard to factor because we can factor this out nicely as r minus 65 multiplied by r minus 5 equals 0. And using the 0 property, we can say that at least one of them must be equal to 0. So r minus 65 equals 0, or r minus 5 equals 0. So we get r equals 65 or r equals 5. Now, r equals 65 is impossible because 65 is greater than the side length of our rectangle, 25 and 18. Therefore, we consider the radius or the value of r equals 5. Now, we know the radius of this yellow circle equals 5. So we can now get the area. So using the formula, area equals to pi r squared. So we know the radius is 5. So the area of this yellow circle simply equal to pi times 5 squared. And 5 squared equals 25. So the area of this yellow circle simply equal to 25 pi square units. And as always, we are done.